I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, along with other issues I was dealing with at that time, and my daughter Dejanique was temporarily placed in foster care.
I felt sad, and I wasn't happy to be apart from my mom. What did the scary shapes look like? Who whispered?
Dejanique knew that her mom was there. She didn't see her the way she wanted to, but if you give them that motherly love with Dejanique, Dejanique still seemed to fall into place.
Red light, green light, 1, 2, 3.
That was my favorite game when I was little.
Tell me about that. This is a family that has overcome the kinds of obstacles that most folks can't even imagine. Her daughter was in foster care because of mom's own mistakes, perhaps of a young person, and when she became sick and because she didn't have family members that could care for her daughter did have to go back to foster care, not once but twice.
You know, I didn't know how to be a mom. Nobody was ever a mom to me. Nobody was ever a mother to my mother. Nobody's ever a mother to my grandmother. You know, we're talking about history of drugs in the family, foster care with other cousins in my family. You know, I'm the first one to actually get my high school diploma, you know, GED, and actually be going to college. I'm gonna be the first person in my family to go to college.
The real story is and how she was able to overcome her physical obstacles, stay focused on parenting her daughter to the best of her ability, and not only regain the custody of her daughter, but to really thrive.
I'm ready to move forward and be a good role model for my daughter and show her that with support and with programs like this, we can make it.
When I see Shanique and Dejanique interact together, I see hope.
I'm glad that Mommy got her GED, and I'm glad that I'm home with Mommy, and I'm proud of her.
This is the first time in my life where I have a peace of mind. I'm stable, I can go to school, I can be a mother to my daughter, deal with the challenges, behavioral challenges that she's going through.
Look at the sky.
I know how to meet my needs as well as her needs, which makes everything else fall into place. When I get older, I want to definitely reach back out and let teen parents know about the different resources like this program that's out there.
And so what do you want to be when you grow older?
When they first tell you your son has autism, it's very, very difficult. I was staying home and I wasn't really doing much with my life.
I don't want to grow up.
You don't want to grow up?
It took me a long time to understand it, to accept it, and to move forward.
What about this one?
That's a chicken from the bank.
I came to WIHD looking for services for my son, and I got involved in the LEND Fellowship.
Baby has a brain, they have a developing brain.
LEND stands for Leadership, Education, and Neurodevelopmental and Related Disabilities.
Why are they at risk for developmental disabilities?
The LEND program is a training program to encourage professionals in learning more about working with individuals with developmental disabilities and their families.
The LEND program empowered me to make a difference. It empowered me to move forward, pick up my career where I had left it, and it opened this field, which I'm so passionate about now.
What she didn't anticipate, but what she has found has been the most valuable part of that experience, is learning just how much of her own experience with her own child could help her as a psychiatrist to other families and to other people with disabilities.
Or who is this? Is this a dragon or a dinosaur? What is this?
It's a dragon.
I see having a child with autism as a parent first, not as a doctor. And honestly, even if you are a doctor, you don't have enough skills or knowledge to cope with something like this.
Your turn, Anna.
Why don't you guys do something together?
In my own experience, it's not only about treating the child, but you have to treat the whole family. The way you see him or you expect things to be about him is completely different. Expectation is something that is not in my vocabulary anymore. All I want is that he's happy in his own way. And that may not be what I consider to be happy. What is happy for me may not be happy for him. So I think the day I came to terms with that, I think we all moved forward as a family.
Can I give you a kiss now?
Uh-huh.
8 days after Mitchell was born, we found out about a diagnosis of Down syndrome. He is my first son. It was very devastating. I had all kinds of dreams and hopes and family business and the house and a kid to play and do things with, and I realized, oh my God, I'm not going to have these opportunities. At 6 months, we heard about this program that started at a WIHD, and we went down there. They just started working with him, and we said, oh my goodness, maybe he will be able to do things.
Green, very good.
I received both early intervention and speech therapy, and that's when I learned the real skills like how to count, how to walk, or how to spell.
Get scared, I got that.
13 years later, he had a bar mitzvah. He read Hebrew, and I don't think my chest has ever sunk back to the size it was from the prior to that day. When he graduated high school, his class gave him a standing ovation.
Me and my friend of mine, I co-authored a book called Counter Sin, Growing Up with Down Syndrome, and we talked about our experiences growing up with Down syndrome, and we talked about different issues that were very important to us.
He got invited to the White House, and I said, you can't go without your dad. Come on, you can't go without your dad. So we went down with him.
People in the community should have their minds open and realize that people with disabilities are individuals.
To go from, at 10 years old, just really learning to speak, to doing live television and radio, and being able to be understood so clearly is remarkable.
We have a meeting coming up next month. Now I'm a staff member at WIHD. I'm able to reach out to other people who may need those services that I have received, that I have benefited a long time ago.
Are you talking about the... Working with Mitchell is, in one way, like working with anybody else here. We all have high standards, and Mitchell's perspective is so incredibly valuable.
Just as a follow-up from earlier on.
So much of his success has come because of the years he spent getting service at WIHD.
I'm proud to have two parents who was able to tell their doctor that they wanted to take me home, to be close to my family. I'm not one of the people that they could just throw me around, send me to an institution. I'm not that person. I'm not that type of person that you could just walk all over. Because I have parents who loved me, who cared about me, and they did everything for me when I was much younger.
So we have to put 2 screws in here?
Yeah.
The dream was never as good as what we got. Usually the dream is the better picture, and life is different. In this case, the dream was what it was, and life with him has been so much better. Good ride. It's been a good ride.
Definitely.